Hello, this is Claudine Keane. Welcome to my presentation on the impact of retention promotion policies on teacher practice and decision making, a case study of New York City Middle School mathematics teachers. So this is a quick overview. First, I will share my problem statement, then my literature review, purpose statement, theoretical framework, and insight on my methodology. Then I'll share my findings, the implications of my study, and how I plan to distribute my finding. My problem statement. In addition to the conflicting research studies on the impact of social promotion and retention, there is a lack of research on how promotion and retention policies impact math education. Researchers found a direct correlation between mastery in math and students' future success in life. Therefore, students must master math skills that are taught in school. Math is a subject that requires a vertical progression of skills and concepts. If students fail to master basic or prerequisite skills, they will continue to struggle in their future math classes. It's a quick overview of my literature. There was a historical background of retention and social promotion. The research has shown that for the past century, there's a constant fluctuation between retention rates and social promotion rates. Research also shows that the retention rates vary by state. Some states from 10% to like 28%. And there's this constant back and forth debate on the impact retention and social promotion can have on students. Research also shared the impact of retention and social promotion on math education. For example, it shows that students who are social promoted, they really struggle in math because when they're social promoted, they don't really have the prerequisite skills that are necessary for them to really develop or, develop the skills they've been taught in their current grade. And there's like different advantages and disadvantages of retention and social promotion. There are research that use, for example, the disadvantages of retention as the reason students should be socially promoted. Some of the disadvantages of retention include economic consequences, students dropping out of schools. There's also psychological effects as well, poor educational outcome, and the list continues. There were like federal and state policies that impact retention as well. The literature speak about No Child Left Behind Act, which of course was implemented to help school perform, but instead it actually impacted retention rate. And then the research shows the teacher decision-making factors. And actually I created my framework for the study based on the different factors that impact teacher decision-making. My purpose. The purpose for this study was to explore how middle school math teachers in New York City respond to the New York academic and social promotion criteria policies and what impact these policies had on their teaching practice and their decisions. So to meet society's demand, education policymakers and stakeholders continue to make necessary changes with regards to academic policies within school system, and some of these demands have impacted promotion and retention policies. So my central question is asking, how do academic and social promotion criteria policies influence teacher decision making and practice? Some of my sub-questions included, what are the teachers' perceptions about advantages and disadvantages of academic promotion policies? How do academic promotion policies influence teachers' grading practices in mathematics? How do academic promotion policies influence teachers' instructional practices in teaching mathematics? And what are teachers' perceptions about the influence of these policies on the students' academic success in mathematics? And here's the teacher decision framework that I created using a compilation of different research and different authors. some of the 5 main factors that research shows that impact teachers' decision making include the content, right? So they teaches pedagogical knowledge. You have the learner, which is of course the student, the different needs of the students, the types of students. And you have the purpose, the orientation. What are teachers' philosophy? What do they believe in? And of course, the constraint, they're both internal and external constraint. So you have like school administrators, which later we'll discuss in the finding. And we had, other constraint could include school environment and so forth. Methodology. So I'm going to share with you my site selection and sampling, the reason behind my research design, and how I collected data and analyzed my data. So first, I use only New York City middle school math teachers. And initially, I sent out a questionnaire to approximately 30 middle school teachers, and I received 9 responses. From the 9 responses, I selected 3 to do my case studies. These 3 teachers indicated that they changed students' grade to meet promotional criteria, and or they have experience teaching socially promoted students in math. So why did I choose this design? I believe a qualitative design was best suited to explore the impact promotion policies had on these teachers. I used an instrumental case study because my primary goal was to answer how promotion policies impact these middle school math teachers. A case study research design allowed me to investigate the influence that promotion policies had on teacher decision-making and their overall teaching practice. And it helped me to retain a holistic and a real-world perspective. Additionally, a multiple case study allowed me to study each teacher as a case to help me understand the phenomenon. I also use a purposive criterion-based sampling to conduct this research. First, I use a questionnaire to gather initial information from the participants, and then it helped me to select the participants for the case study phase of the research. The interview helped me to understand the problem from their perspective, and I used the semi-structured interviews to create a complete picture of the participants' teaching experiences pertaining to academic promotion policies. I also use the Crestful data analysis spiral to collect and analyze my data. So first, I had my interviews done on Zoom. I transcribed my data. I saved this transcript using the participant initial, of course, to protect their privacy. I saved it on a thumb drive. I also saved the audio on my cell phone and my computer. After I finished the interviews, I read through all their transcript independently. So the first 2 times, I think I just read through it just to kind of really understand the information that I gathered. And after reading the second time, I started like making notes, underlining key ideas, ideas that I saw ideas that were emerging. Then I created a table. I started, classifying like different codes and just kind of start developing the pattern. And then I use my theoretical framework as well to start kind of really like gathering the data, interpreting what information I received from each of these participants. So I did this for my individual cases. So I spent the same amount of time and effort on each of my case. And then after that, I did my cross-case analysis where I recognized some common themes. And, there were other common themes, but the 4 main common themes were that the factors that influence their instruction, the lack of teacher decision-making in their schools, reaction to and their perceptions of social promotion and retention, and the impact of the promotion policies. Some of the findings are listed here. I have 7 main findings. The first one was that the research revealed that promotion policies do not impact teacher decision-making, teacher decision-making and teaching practice directly. That was my central question. So the second finding was that teachers believe that social promotion significantly impacts students in mathematics because of the virtual progression of math skills and concepts. It's very important for students to really have those prerequisite skills. And the third finding was that although promotion policies are in place, it does not mean schools were really following these policies. Then we have the results also show that students are more likely to be socially promoted than to repeat a grade. Then also students become frustrated and unmotivated when they repeat a grade. The sixth finding was that school administrators have the biggest influence on teachers' decision making, and they are the biggest constraint for teachers when they're making decisions. And the final finding was that students' math incompetency is rooted in elementary school. This was a surprising finding for me. Some of the implication includes like policies. So first, promotion policies need to be equitable. Second, if summer school is one of the additional supports for struggling students, there should not be a set quota for how many students can attend summer school. Third, students need more math exposure in middle school and also in elementary school. The fourth implication is that schools and administrators should be held accountable for following promotion policies. Also, teachers should be more involved in decision making, particularly regarding students' promotion. And lastly, there needs to be improvement in math education in the elementary school level. And of course, further research is needed. Further future research should examine the phenomenon behind the lack of teacher decision making within our schools. Secondly, the impact elementary school teachers have on students' math success or the lack thereof. And more research to identify if teacher preparation programs do not adequately prepare elementary school teachers to teach math effectively, and if there need to be math specialists in elementary school. And the last one is that there need to be more research just to identify the number of teachers who go along with administrators' decision in order to protect their job security and to maintain a healthy working environment. So my plan. So first, I'm planning to share this finding with my staff at my current school. And, it is my hope to get opportunity to share this finding also at different school administrators workshop. And I'm reaching out with my district to see if we can get the opportunity to also share this on a district level. And it is I aspire to publish my findings as well in educational publication journals. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. B, for everything that you've done, helping me on this journey, teaching me so many different aspects of the research journey and the feedback, you're patient. I really appreciate you as an advisor and to the EDD Writing Center, especially Dr. Burrs, Dr. Lacey, Dr. Murray. I really appreciate all the feedback, our Zoom meetings. I know I've grown so much from your feedback, and I really appreciate it. And to all the Baylor faculty, thank you.